what it is? You practice the
No, I don't. I don't do that.
Okay,
But the average person.
I would love to see Kevin sitting there, monotone,
Practicing.
staring at himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You
Core blimey.
You all right, mate? He's like, no, that's not right. Blimey. Can't quite get it.
I won't do that on panel. No way.
That was good, though. That was an impression of Kevin doing an impression of an English person.
Yeah, that's about as close as I can get here.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Thank
we should get into our picks and bans. It is game number 2's draft is Barnos, and we can get into the serious stuff now of this particular game. It was a very impressive first game from OG, and it followed that first game of the day. So presumably more of the same, please, as far as OG are concerned.
Yeah, if you look back at their drafts, the early one today, they also had the last track, but they had this really good catch mechanism in the Night Stalker, and then just a little bit of catch and team fight in the Void. But before that, at MDL, Night Stalker, Bat Rider, Wyvern, even an Ember Spirit, right? Before that, Clockwork, Disruptor, even a Dragon Knight. Before that, even you had Kunkas and Tuss and Wyverns, like. Catch mechanism is really important for OG. I think in part of the style that we were talking about, how they're not really propping one person up so much to be the leader in the farm, right? They're just trying to rotate around so much. It's a very unique style that I think is catching some teams off guard. And I'm not sure like if it's supposed to succeed. Like when I'm watching and I'm just like, because these rotations, you'll watch it and it looks very inefficient when they rotate 4 heroes from the bottom half of the map to the top half of the map to be able to kill one core and also use a smoke at the time. Like maybe they kill a core for it, but again, the thing is that they established such fast map control by being able to have this lane shove and then having such good either scouting heroes or pick off. And you could see already the Night Stalker again going to be banned by paiN.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see whether this figures out your theory on this double catch system, whether it actually plays out through the draft, because we've struggled over the last few months to identify what is their style. They haven't really had a style. I think the Has was very vocal about the fact they don't really have a style. Sometimes they'll play 4 protects 1. Sometimes
you know what I was thinking about it the backstage, and I was just kind of like talking to Nahaz. He said exactly that. I was like, I'm trying to figure out whether or not the style from OG is good. He's like, they don't have a style.
Right. Yeah.
I can hear him. I can hear Alan right now. I can hear him.
He's trying to be on the
trying to argue with me on the panel.
He's on the panel when he's not on the panel. He's on the
His spirit is always here.
He's always here.
Well, you can see some more evidence of that from the bans I had last game. They banned Bounty Hunter, which is going to spot rotations. TA is difficult to gank. Gyro is just good, so get him out of there. But their second phase bans were Slark and PL, and then the Juggernaut. So all cores that are hard.
So what happens if they let the Gyro through? Because both of these teams play it.
I think Gyro stabilizes the lanes a lot better. Once you get BKB, he's pretty fine as well. And he just kind of provides a little bit too much of it. Maybe it's just like comfort hero for paiN Gaming, don't let him have it sort of a thing. But I definitely see some of that gank advantage. And if you are rotating a lot with like 4-man rotations, the other important thing is at some point your lineup will stabilize and have gank potential. That doesn't require like 3 or 4 heroes. You want to have like a hero like Leshrac who's like, I can probably solo kill at least half of their heroes, maybe more if possible. And having that advantage at some point in the game, even if you have some inefficient rotations leading up to that moment, can be really good.
So far we've got a Gyro Kunkka opening for OG and a Naga Disruptor for paiN. So paiN have basically gone the newbie route. Naga Disruptor from January, boys.
Okay, so that'll be their song setup. It's a little bit easier to execute than it is with Jakiro. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. The Kunkka is something that OG has been picking heavily in the last, during MDL at least, for no-tail mid.
So they just won 2 cores, right? Because they have never run support Kunkka. Am I wrong on that? Anybody want to correct me?
I don't think anybody's playing support right now.
Always run core Kunkka. So they just straight up won 2 cores like that.
Indeed.
That's kind of interesting.
And the bans are...
But again, I think Kunkka as a core, I think, does work for them. Again, because of that catch mechanism, because of the fact that I think it does all right for them when it comes to the laning phase, and it gives you this nice big team fight. Kunkka is such a value hero when you have some of these squishier team fight heroes like Luna, like Gyrocopter, because of the Coco's Rum.
It's just made very good it's really shown its strength. I mean, at GSC, it looked like the hero that lost EG at the tournament, but now it's been so popular in terms of lane stabilization and then also getting kills that
Yeah, just look at it here. It's like
safe to pick.
it's hard to be able to disengage with the Naga Siren Sleep. And I think that's part of what paiN were hoping to be able to do with the Naga Siren in that last game, was be able to disengage from some of the OG rotations, right? If you make that kind of heavy 3 or 4 man rotation and you just run into a sleep and don't catch anything, that's going to feel very, very bad for you. You're going to lose a lot of ground in the economy war. And then on top of that, it's a straight up counter to the disruptor, right? You try and glimpse somebody back, you just X that person, you pull them right back after the glimpse.
That's why it justifies the cores in the first phase. Slark is going to be effective against that a bit, just because he can Dark Pact off some of the disables, but you're damage heavy. X marks the spot cannot be dispelled, even if the disables can, so there's some mind games you can play around it. And the Kunkka also allows them, if Naga's trying to escape with a song, for example, you just put the X on her and she has to start TPing like after 4 seconds or something like that. Or I think your torrent range, it might even be able to catch her TPing outside of the sleep range on the early levels as well. So the Kunkka pick, they don't have the matchups, but it just works really well against the enemy lineup so far.
It's also the commonly picked counter against the gyro, so it was kind of nice to stop that happening, I guess.
Kunkka against gyro?
Yeah. Seen a lot of teams picking Kunkka up against gyro.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Gyro's very fast, very good mobile, and runs around dealing a lot of damage. If you just guarantee I'm going to get a torrent and a boat on you, and you get some follow-up there within like the 2 seconds it takes to do the combo, then you can just burst him down before he gets BKB.
Yeah, I think the Kokos Rum was a big advantage when Secret were first picking it up for mid one against these gyrocopters, and like just being able to survive through the gyrocopters burst, I think, was another tool that the Kunkka was very good at. And they just like heavy physical damage. Anytime you can lay that into a gyrocopter, any of these BKB cores, right? Gyrocopter, Luna, these series are very much threatened by heroes like the big burst of damage from Kunkka or Juggernaut on the Slash.
I love these keyboards, by the way.
The bright pink keyboard.
There's a pink mouse as well alongside.
That's good.
I'm glad you like it, Paul. I don't know how to play off of that. I'll be honest with you.
You will never.
I don't know what kind of jokes to make that aren't offensive.
Have I finally not done any linking here? Have I just left some dead air?
You know, if his keyboard falls out of his suitcase when he travels, there's going to be no confusion when it comes out of the belt.
Excuse
me, that one's
sir.
definitely my keyboard.
Excuse me, sir. You've dropped your keyboard.
Yeah. Like nobody else's keyboard fell out of their bag. That one's mine.
Yeah. So, what is this man going to be playing in this game? We've got a gyro, a Kunkka, and a lion for OG.
Yeah, good. I'm glad they picked the lion versus the Slark.
Oh yeah, the Hex solution. Lion versus Slark is actually pretty straightforward right now. It's really not. It's kind of painful playing Slark against it. You can kind of have to use your ultimate instantly, but as long as you fit in a BKB relatively fast after the Shadow Blade, it can be okay. But as long as you initiate or counter-initiate on the Slark before he gets his ult off, he's instantly hexed, and if you can follow it up with another disable, it's a dead hero. Especially with Kunkka, they have tons of disable.
Ooh. The swashbuckler is in town as far as paiN Gaming is concerned.
I like this. I look at Pango in terms of team fighting kind of similar to what Brew does, which is basically like you can't kill me, but I'm going to mess with you during the team fight ultimate. Like you just pop the ulti, you run in the backline. So whereas OG wants to take a fight, they want to X a hero, they want to set things up, and they want to all run at the same time. If Pango's just hitting the backline, you're going to have team fight disruption, and that could help keep that one hero alive.
Yeah, I think that if you have like the Ice build, it really enables your team fight because of all of like the mech Greaves, like Vanguard, like those kind of items that you get for your team. Very helpful. That being said, I don't think Pango's particularly good against early BKB cores, just because they ignore that entire team fight mechanism that you're trying to employ. And if anything, you're rolling yourself close to the danger zone that is Gyrocopter. You could just like flat cannon off you, lay a lot of magic damage into you.
And this is kind of like combining with their other heroes so far. The Disruptor, BKB weak. If they do a song into Disruptor ulti, if BKBs get popped, it doesn't matter until they get like Naga or Disruptor Aghanims. This could be a routine thing where paiN just has BKB troubles.
You definitely need to be able to secure Pangalier's lane. If this is going to be 3 position, I guess there's a slight chance they could swap Naga and Pango in that regard, but this is paiN, so they're probably going to be running at a 3. You really have to secure this hero's laning phase because he has such garbage stats. He's got like the 3rd worst stats of all heroes.
Yeah. I mean, against like an Elder Titan, he's not going to have a good time. His trading will be terrible there. It definitely doesn't look very good. Like Elder Titan plus Gyrocopter, that's a tough lane. paiN just has too many squishy heroes right now. Like outside of Pango ulti, I just feel like they can't stop their opponents from running at them very well, other than like Song. So it just feels like OG's dual lanes are just going to be so much stronger. Like all of their heroes are so much more beefy.
Yeah, every single one.
So much more damage. Yeah. Like some of paiN's matchups are looking okay, but I felt like they needed like a Tide Hunter or something there instead of Pangolier.
And now it seems like what do you need as your last pick here for paiN to really change things? Like Dragon Knight is still out there or something like that. But it's going to be like, I feel like there's a lot of problems to be solved in this draft. And I'm not sure if any one hero is going to be able to fix all of them.
Is there something spicy coming out for paiN?
Maybe there's something that matches up really well against the Kunkka that has value here.
Invoker?
Oh, Invoker and Slark on the same team. I don't know.
They need something that's damage. They're weak on damage right now.
Yeah.
Something that can help Slark get kills or gank would be kind of nice.
It's definitely not planned. You can see a lot of discussion on that paiN gaming team. So this isn't something they're planning towards.
Meanwhile, OG, I'm very comfortable with. They don't have like a dramatic amount of lane shove right now. Neither one of those supports give them a ton of it. Puck gives you a decent amount, strong initiation as well to be able to follow up. And I love whenever you have a lineup. When you grab a puck, I think you always want to make sure you have this overwhelming sense of team fight that forces the enemy team to break the coil or sit there and die. And in this situation, you do have the boat's going to be laid out as well as the Gyrocopter ult.
Earth Splitter, dude.
Yeah, Earth Splitter as well. Like, there's a lot of reasons to try and break that coil and get out the hell out of the way of the OG freight train that's running at you.
I can tell you as well, since 7-1-2, OG have played Gyrocopter 4 times, won all 4 games. They've played Kunkka 4 times in 4 different games, won all 4 as well. So 100% record on 2 of the heroes that they picked at the opening.
Their lineup looks so good right now. It's all synergistic. They've got tons of disables. They've got the run at you at advantage, and paiN's going to go for the DP.
Okay, so that's more standard than we were thinking. Maybe we were thinking a little bit outside the box, but they've gone for a standard Death Prophet to finish off their draft as we head to game number 2. Kevin, what do you make of those 2 drafts?
I think the DP's a decent solution. I don't think it solves all their problems, but it is a hero that can like stand in the front, do lots of damage, silence heroes as they run in to prevent hopefully the run at you and make it less effective. So I think it might help, but
I think DP is just going to fall apart here. You've got Elder Titan Lion that could blow you up. You're going to have, like, you're going to need a really good time Yule Scepter because you're going to have this Kunkka combo that's going to threaten you. Gyrocopter is going to run at you as well. Like, you're going to need this Yule's BKB online pretty fast. And the way OG played from that last game, I don't think you're going to have the space.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match ahead. Let's bring in our commentary team. They're all ready for game number 2. Gents, that looks like a really good draft for OG.
Yeah.
It's, as you guys sort of said in the panel, there's a lot of synergy here.
It's a lot of damage. I'm looking at a lot of spells that can be thrown. We've got Puck Orbs, we've got ET spells. There's just a lot of, it's just a lot of lockdown, a lot of overall. paiN's, it's a little bit different. They've got the combo with the Naga Disruptor and then Pango for their ultimates to keep people inside of them. And then there's the Death Prophet for the damage to provide. But there's a Coco for them. There's going to be the boat a lot of those times. Unless they initiate. I think they like have to catch... I think they almost like have to catch the Kunkka in all these situations. Because otherwise it's going to negate a lot of their damage. Which they're pretty lacking. I think it's like very focused on Weeha's game this time around. How well that he can do so he can actually be able to give them the damage they're going to need.
Well, let's find out. As we sort of saw in game 1, paiN Gaming, they had a lot of sort of hope and promise coming out of the lanes. These guys, they had a perfect time. All 3 cores got off to a great start, but then it all fell apart so quickly. Can they hold it together this time to get through to the end?
What just happened? Sorry, I had some weird noise in my ear for a second.
Weird? No, I didn't know.
That's why I looked at you. I was like, what the? Did you hear that?
No, it was nothing. I want to know. What was the noise?
I don't know what it was. I totally lost track of what you were saying. Sorry.
Maybe you're just going crazy.
Maybe I'm just going crazy. So paiN, I mean, yeah, you know, the lanes are going to be good. I do think the point we made by the panel, though, they have to protect Tavo. And I don't know if And this is the problem too. They have to be able to give Tavo a good start on Pango because that hero can really suffer. But at the same time too, they have a Slark, so they don't want him to get bullied in the lane. So it almost feels like they want to put in defensive tri lane.
I mean, the Slark is... They've got to somehow make sure the Slark has a good start, because as the panel sort of touched upon, there's a lot of answers to the Slark this game. It's not an easy game for HFN.
It's the X and the Hex. Like, you can't remove either of them. Elder Titan also, you stand your ground versus a Slark. Everyone gets amplified that much more.
I'll be very interested to see how HFN plays this. He's going to stick around, try and get himself the room, but look at that. Bam, S4's going to get one there. I'm going to jump forward the pounds. HFN trying to look to set up. On to Jerax. King RD and Duster are chasing him down at the same time. Up top, OG looking towards Tavo. They'll be able to find him. That's going to be first blood for OG. Jerax will survive. S4, he's got an orb, jumps himself away, keeps himself safely underneath the tower. Now they'll actually turn and start punching towards Duster here. OG, they found first blood. Can they actually get more out of this? Doesn't look like Jerax can chase it down. He's worried about King RD coming in from behind. It looks like King RD will not try and hold him down and go for any sort of play in return. So first blood there for OG and 3 bounty runes out of the 4 as well.
Yep. Very nicely done, and they're keeping this full trialing down. And look at Tavo. He's trying his best to just manipulate the creep wave. It looked like he wanted to go try to catch it, but he gets missiled every time, then just gets zoned. Lion has become a lot better at zoning since that mana cost change, of course. Constantly able to throw the impales or earth spikes. So it's full defensive tri lane to secure Slark.
Or Jax smartly TPing out immediately after the net was used. Knows he would be dead in any other sort of way he plays that out, so gets himself away from paiN's supports.
I like in this situation that he went for this build, so he can frontline for the puck, having like stout shield instead of boots.
And they're changing the lanes a bit. They are going to make these sort of dual lanes happen, because as you said, otherwise Tavo, he's going to get nothing out of this top lane.
Yeah, and they need all 3 cores to have a pretty good position in this game, because it's a tough draft for them. So yeah, he has to secure Tavo.
Trying to go for flying there with a swashbuckle. Not quite enough damage at this stage. Fly starting to clarity himself back up so he can continue to harass with the impale.
I'm going to be glancing a lot at the mid matchup. We're probably going to see a lot of denies coming up from Noto. I've seen this matchup quite a lot, actually, and you'd think that Death Prophet kind of...
Kunkka does very well, doesn't it?
Kunkka does well versus like everybody. I mean, denies.
It really is.
Yeah.
And XP is so much. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, how mid lanes can just end up... You get yourself set up like 10 denies ahead, bam, you'll be a full level ahead of your opponent.
Yeah, precisely.
And we're seeing so far, 7 for 7. He's getting those denies, Nota.
There's a lot of creeps down bottom. Jerax getting tons of damage from that one, kind of preventing HFN to walk up too much. Pretty much has a double damage constantly because of this.
Duster will find himself a haste. Maybe he can try and offer something towards the mid. He's level 2. So can put the point into the glimpse or the kinetic field, whichever he feels will grant him a better chance of finding a kill. But Notel, staying close to his tower, and pretty beefy as well, of course, on a Kunkka.
Maybe he pushes up a bit too far here. This could be where they punish Notel. He's walking onto the enemy high ground here. Duster doesn't have a glimpse, actually, as the kinetic, so they don't bother.
Top lane again. 7 Fly, playing aggressive onto King RD and Tavo. Tavo tries to jump back in. But the shield crash will be fine. Nice Fly holds him back.
So looking at, I mean, this is the standard more so now for the Pangos. I was looking at some of Tavo's pub games because I haven't seen him play the Pango in an official. He goes for the utility build as well. So Blink Yules, he does the Yules combo with the Rolling Thunder that we sometimes see.
He sometimes picks up the mech as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes full utility. Blink, mech, Yules, yep.
We'll see if he gets the chance to do so this game. I mean, these first few minutes, we are seeing the slight lead in CS here, favouring OG. I mean, it is a 1k advantage as well, with sort of the bounties and the first blood going that way. So, very slight, but we're still very early on. OG definitely seeming to have the earlier sort of stronger grasp on the lanes.
Jerax still has his mangoes, so he can go for the stomp, because they don't really have a way to stop him from doing it. They have to use the net to stop the channel. And he's just going to actually walk away. They can't even throw anything else on him. So yeah, limited in disables quite a bit here from paiN, especially in this tri lane. They've got net. Pounce can keep them for the catch in a way, but they can TP or they can just use the stomp constantly to be able to disengage, or the puck can orb away.
HFN trying to close the gap on S4, but he's straight out with the orb. And Notel continuing to have the advantage here in this middle lane.
Oh, Jerax finding a regen rune when he was very low on mana and health. Thank you. He's a happy man.
And Tavo, sort of thanks to the sort of short time that King RD spent up here, he's still finding a little bit of farm from this top lane.
Starting to get him.
He's absolutely not getting sort of totally left out of it. Still though, Fly just doing his best to try and make sure that Tava doesn't get too comfortable on this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a little something, but he's not slowing down the farm.
Sure.
Where Gyro's got 10 denies, Slark only has 2 because he's getting contested.
Mid lane. As I say, Notel just continuing to have the confident lead. And the Kunkka just having that better time against the Death Prophet, despite the fact that she has the Siphons in bottom lane. There's the stop. They do have the Dark Power, but HFN has to pounce away. Doesn't feel confident committing for that.
Oh, okay. The damage.
Jerax and S4 just punching down King RD.
As soon as Jerax hits level 3, level 2 Astral Spirit, it's pretty much constant double damage when you're playing versus a tri-lane, or more.
HFN, Pounce is still on cooldown.
Yeah.
We'll back away, and of course one of the downsides of sort of the fact that this double-edged sword, you sort of have to have the supports protecting you, but it's going to be slow levels for the Slark. You're not going to get that Shadow Dance at any sort of quick pace. So it's going to be a lot of time. Sort of the more time the support spend there early is going to mean the more time they have to spend overall with the Slark.
And if they are running tri-lane too, that's where Elder Titan kind of thrives, right? He gets the higher level Spirit, puts it on 3 people, plus 90 damage. Bam. See, level 2 on Duster, level 4 on the Slark, level 3 on King RD. Looking to go for the net play, Jerax.
It's pretty much an impossible kill, the puck, with these heroes. And mid lane, the setup's there. Look who's ready as well with the wraparound fly. Able to offer that extra bit of disable to have a chance at bringing down Weehaw, the stun, the hex. It was absolutely needed, and it does get them the kill. They take down Weehaw, back down bottom. Jerax will fall.
Okay.
So OG can get one. S4 has
did he jump?
He did not jump to that one. I mean, I guess he knows what the strike on him. The glimpse was always going to be there from Duster.
It's a low-level glimpse, though.
I guess he could have tried to play the odds.
Yeah, I think he could have probably jumped away. I think maybe he was trying to miss the timing. I don't know. Either way, he dies, gets punished. Who got the kill on that one? King RD actually got both. I think they wanted to get the Slark to get it, ideally, but the mid rotation, those rotations, those like 5.5 or 5 to 6 minute 15-second rotations. As soon as your mid hits 6, so important.
paiN going for the dirty strats there.
Oh, they tipped us.
The tilt tipping.
They're trying.
They're tipping S4. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's what we like to see. The mind games from paiN. Top lane, Seb positioning himself very aggressively. He's feeling confident. He's level 7.
He's trying to use the catapult wave, trying to get as much pressure as he can get out of it.
They can absolutely go for it. They can get sort of the initial lockdown, they have a chance, but they can't quite find it. They'll back off immediately. They know TPs are coming through. King RD's in.
That was the way you saw the way they played it too. They were kind of stutter stepping because they're like, we're going to bait TPs and get out. That did not look like they were actually going to go for the full kill there.
From lane, HFN has already pounced. Will still be able to get himself through the trees.
Level 5. Made it.
Notel. I mean, he sort of baited this in here as we are chases him down with the Siphon, and Fly is there, and they have got it. Notel with some very sort of fancy footwork on the middle lane, baiting Weehaw in. So the second time, each time the Siphon's there, he's ready to sort of counteract that aggressive move from the Death Prophet with his X mark into the combo.
Yeah. Oh, King RD, you gotta be careful. It's an Arcane Rune Kunkka. It's a low cooldown on that Tidebringer.
Well, where's the blind Torrent? That's not gonna go.
Nah, he wants the Rune. Rune control with that bottle as a Kunkka.
It's a 3k lead, and look at that net worth and CS on the cause of OG. This is an impressive start for all 3 lanes.
And, you know, we talked about the massive amount of burst damage that they have with all their nukes. It's almost a Veil finished up on the puck already. So
yeah,
that nuke, that Slark, even if he's inside the Shadow Dance, they've got nuke to go through it.
I mean, HFN, sure, as we say, is getting some CS out of this lane. It's just the fact that the levels aren't going to be there. And it's going to be at this point of the game where OG are going to have such a strong sort of group up and go. Their team fight, once they get their ults online, is incredibly potent. I mean, how do you stop it? But you've got the song once the Naga Siren hits 6, but until that point, it's very sort of hard to get your team out of there.
I think you leave the Slark, you go play around your Death Prophet, you go play around your Pango when they've got their ultimate. You try to make plays with your 2 supports around those 2, because HFN, he's not strong right now. You playing around him, you're gonna probably gonna suffer more because you're playing into like the strongest, this puck.
Yeah, you're not gonna get kills.
Puck is Veil.
Yeah,
like that's
9 minutes in.
You can get turned on too easily. So
We'll see mid, an attempt onto Noto. This is 3 heroes, but he's a level 9 Kunkka. He's got the rum on him, and in fact, he just turns and looks towards Duster. They do pop the Exorcism, but S4's in there with the Dream Car holding back both Weeha and King RD, making sure that Notel's safe. And now Notel, he's ready to turn, look to set up with the combo. He's got the Torrent. There isn't going to be enough damage, of course, onto Weeha, but still, Notel keeping himself alive despite paiN Gaming coming in with that 3-man play. Weeha can't quite die. He's dying pretty deep. He is relying on the Exorcism to sort of heal him up, but it's not going to be there in time. Weeha! That was a painful play to make.
I see you did there. paiN.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Bottom lane, Dark Pact is not actually going to be timed, so HFN will not be able to continue with the game. But that was a very frustrating looking play from Weeha. You could sort of tell, you could sort of feel the tension there as he was desperate to make something happen, but it just didn't work out at all.
No.
He knew that S4 was there.
Yeah, it was just a quick response. I mean, S4 getting that TP, perfect timing, being able to make the way their mid, and the Coco's Rum. We talked about it. They were ready. Yeah. paiN's lineup, they lack damage. They really need Exorcism to have damage in this game. And
it's going to be literally level 10 on Notel. With the way that he was able to play that lane, it's absolutely one of those heroes that we're seeing just teams realize the power of putting the Kunkka in the mid. You can, these sort of mid laners that you're against that should win their lane, they just don't because of the power of the denies. You get this huge experience advantage. And with a +1, as we saw some very sweet rotations from Flying the Lion earlier, they were just able to keep Weeha behind.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much damage, right? Like Tidebringer plus Boat is in a...
And look, talking about Fly, look where he is. Down bottom, comes in. He joins forces with S4 and he kills off HFN. Honestly, Fly's movements on the line have been very nice.
Yeah, and now he's 6. So with that gank happening, level 6, they can do it again right afterwards. With the finger, the Slark could just die right away, or they could look for Death Prophet.
I don't know what you do if you're paiN Gaming. You've got to somehow rectify this laning stage. It's 11 minutes in, you're at a 6k gold deficit. They are trying to group up top and make something happen, but...
The Disruptor's level 3.
It's hard to get things done. Yeah, these level 6s on your supports, which are absolutely crucial against the cause of OG, if you want to have a chance of killing them, are just not going to be there for quite some time.
I think it's like you play around Exorcism and Pango ulti for now, and that is like the only way that you can take fights. You cannot take an even-numbered fight. You have to outnumber OG pretty much.
And look at this mid lane. They're setting up. OG are here, ready for the response from paiN. Tavo tries to move, and he has got the ultimate. Notel tries to go in with the bow himself. He is getting surrounded here. Tavo actually getting sort of trapped up as he bounces between the cliffs. He'll come back across, looking towards Jarix with the shield crash and the swashbuckle. Can they quite finish off a kill here? Jarix keeps himself some time with the stick, but he'll still fall.
Oh, the finger!
In response, that gets caught out. Notel's there with the control with the X mark. Sure, OG will lose one. But they get the bigger kill. He's diving in deep here. He is underneath the tower. Fly's coming over to help him. Notel playing incredibly aggressive, and he probably will die for this, and he certainly does.
That was a little bit over-aggressive.
And now Fly, he may just die as well.
Oh, are they getting punished here? Oh, you're a little too deep.
It's okay, so OG showed us that they themselves can make some mistakes.
It's a lot of experience gained is the big thing there for this Disruptor in particular, level 6 now.
I mean, Notel just charged straight in.
Yeah, that was overzealous for sure.
He wanted some action. He got it. He dies. And I mean, he was doing pretty well. That's a nice bit of golden XP.
I mean, yeah, the gold swings about 2k. I'd say the experience is going to be a lot more than that, though. Still, and they get a tower tonight too. So
they do.
Okay. Level 6 on Disruptor now. Now they can start to play around different ultimates. They're even looking at Notel here.
There we go. Moving with the chase down, they've got the glimpse into the Static Storm. Fly's going to come over as well as S4 with the Dream Coil to try and help out Notel, but Notel will fall. They've lost Notel, they will get the return play onto Weeha. Missile connects onto Tavo. King RD goes for the sleep TP out, buys time for Tavo to swashbuckle up to the high ground. Okay. Another 1-for-1 trade between Notel and Weeha.
1-for-1. How many ults were used? There was 2 ults by paiN, 1 from OG, but I mean, paiN, I think they're okay with trying to just throw multiple ultimates because the name of the game is going to be space for HFN.
Absolutely. Make space for the slot.
Biggest thing they got to do.
And I mean, they need to make a lot of space. He still needs a lot of time to sort of catch up. He's 2k behind Seb's Jar at the moment on HFN slot.
I mean, it's good that they're making some space for him, but it's also painful because Weeha is really suffering 1 in 5 on the Death Prophet. And the panel mentioned it. There is so much burst to go through this Death Prophet, and there's not really that usual save. They just have like Song to protect him.
And that's a big ancient stack as well as over the dire side.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
That's a lot of creeps.
I think, what, the Aghanims is about to be finished on Seb as well. He's kind of been quiet. He's been a little bit more quiet this game on the Gyrocopter than in the last 2 games that we saw from him. The Luna as well as the Gyro that he played earlier. He was constantly going for kills. This game, I think he's recognizing his team can do that and he can be that more reliable carry that can farm.
Top, they actually get the Taunt connection here straight away onto Tavo, and he's gone. Instant follow-up silence from S4, they'll find one. Wow. Jerax heading across to the side. paiN actually looking to try and fight into this as they jump forward. HFN trying to go in. The Static Storm is going to be there as well, holding Jerax in place. They will find the kill upon him, but flies in with the finger. Burst down HFN. They've lost 2 for this paiN Gaming. Can they still try and stand up in this fight? We has got the Exorcism looking towards Notel. They'll back off towards the Shrine. X mark onto Weeha, but they won't quite have the follow-up. They have to back off. This was the usage of the Exorcism. So OG actually still looking to try and find into this, but the silence is there from Wee. Catches out both of them. Flies there with the stun, and it's not going to connect. In fact, Notel, he's going to fall. Gets dragged back. paiN Gaming still managing to make things work there in this fight with the Exorcism, and in a situation where, I mean, Notel, he's been having a good game and it's been having a question. There's been a few times he's just sort of walked in and just let himself die.
That time I think they thought that they could go back in because they're like, oh, maybe paiN doesn't have vision of us, but paiN actually has double vision. They have a top ward placed and they have a side ward too to watch everywhere for OG in that engagement. And as soon as they glimpsed Seb away, they were like, we can still kind of try to take this fight.
I mean, he came in, he wanted the D ward. He did maybe not expect them to still be there. That's fine. Stick charges, not going to save him.
Gets the... Oh, that was close.
This has proven to be quite a favourable bit of the map here for paiN Gaming. But the Taunt combo though onto King RD. King RD trying to get away, and he will.
And he will?
He'll live for now. Tavo bouncing around, keeping them held back.
He didn't use the Tidebringer on the first hit.
Didn't use the Tidebringer, only went for the right click on one of the illusions. Oops. And mid lane as well, HFN going in, doesn't quite find Jerax, but at the same time doesn't lose his life as well. Gets himself away from the Gyro's combo with the Shadow Dance. King RD, Dream Code, S4's in. Trying to burst him. Can he quite get it? He will. But S4 is in a bit of a tricky position and he will die for the cause. He goes down.
Worth for paiN.
I say, is this get a little sloppy here?
A little sloppy, definitely.
I mean, Seb is still like, guys, can we chill out?
I mean, he's got Aghanims, he's got the mask.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at... They're doing it again.
The S4 tips once again.
King RD did give a decent amount, though. He was on a killing spree. So he actually... I think S4 may have gotten a little bit... Nah, he got a little bit. I mean, they didn't get as much gold as the whole team, but... Definitely worth it for paiN to try to catch back in. How's our Slark?
Shadow Blade
is done. All right.
All right.
He needs a... I think this is a Shadow Blade BKB game that we've been seeing recently. So he's gonna try to look for something here. Shadow Dance is available in a second.
Oh, there we go.
Next.
There we don't go.
And this is a panel I was mentioning. It's like when you're playing versus Lion, you pretty much have to instantly use your Shadow Dance in order to look for those type of plays. Because you just get hexed. How's Wee doing? Does he have the Yules finished? Does have the Yules finished on the Death Prophet now. So has his own way to protect himself, or herself, and the level 2 Exorcism as well. So more damage coming in. They've got the Shadow Blade 2 on the Slark. So this is a decent timing. This could be where paiN try to look for an engagement here. They've got pretty much everything. They just need mana on.
It really is silly. I mean, it's how much can he get done with the Shadow Blade, as you say. It's before the BKB. If there's any sort of chance that flies around, you have to preemptively use the Shadow Dance. Otherwise, you will just get combo down, especially because there's a puck follow-up. You know, S4's in the game with a Veil, and he's playing around with Tavo. Tavo does still have the rollout. Out he goes. Oh, I love it. Tavo.
That's a good one.
With the leveled up voice lines. And the farm continues. Seb, you know, he honestly, this is the coach saying, boys, come with...
I mean, he knows he
time,
needs,
boys.
He knows he needs the BKB, like we're saying. Even though they're ahead.
Tavo.
You get the glimpse?
DD, they do. Into the Static Storm. That's going to be Notel in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get taken down once again. In return, they get the finger play onto Nagasone. That's one. Splitter comes through onto Weeha. They'll surround him as Jerax punches him down. Seb gets the slow with the cooldown. He's got the self-heals and the Siphon healing him back up. Is it enough? The glimpse peeling Seb away from Weeha, but still Jerax fly and Seb will be able to close back the gap, take down the Death Prophet. S4 is also jumping, chasing down more on the side as he finds Duster. So OG able to get the flow back, get themselves that favorable trade.
Yep, they lose Notel again, though. That's a lot. That's a lot of times.
Notel's down a fair few. I mean, he had such a great start in the lane. He was getting the good combos, but these fights, it's... I mean, he's been going down with the ship, each and every one.
That was something right there. That was some fun right there, man.
There we go. Talking about, well, actually not talking about the Kunkka. We're not getting the Kunkka. We get the Gyro versus the Slot. So the Seb versus HFN. Look at the farm there. Neutrals and Ancients. That's the power of the Gyrocopter. 3.5k from those instead of 1200.
And he's going to have the BKB before paiN has actually had a chance to set up Naga Sleep into Disruptor ulti onto him at least. So that'll be able to nullify that combo. paiN though, they are looking to make a play here. Static Storm is available in 10 seconds. And No-Tell, is it going to be him again?
Oh, not No-Tell again. Have some mercy for the poor old Admiral.
And he's dead. Oh, they're finding some kills. They're slowing down the pace. It's pretty much been stuck at that 6 to 7k gold lead for quite a while for OG, as well as the experience. Jarek's now putting some deep wards to try to watch for those rotations and watch for those smokes so they don't get caught out when they're pushing out the side lanes. But it does feel like OG they're still like okay when they give those kills up. They're just like, just get farmed.
Oh, look at this. The homing missile comes after the dart pack, but they try for it. They don't quite have enough, but at the same time, Seb gets caught out. paiN Gaming managing to catch the side of OG, split up Tavo with a big old rolling between the two of them, setting up for the double. That's a massive kill.
Look at his gold. Look how much gold he's got now.
Taking down Seb.
He just gets pushed up to 3,500
for a 2-hero pickoff.
He's got a blink now. Now they've got better ways to start the fight, not having to so much rely. This is.
I don't know. OG's slipping up a little bit. They had a phenomenal start this game, OG, but
yeah, I mean,
it's just not coming together pretty much sort of as we expected with the draft that they have.
Yeah.
paiN Gaming are being allowed to sort of come up top, and you can't mess around against paiN. paiN, they have certainly shown their strengths. HFN's getting the time to catch back up on this slug. He's now got the Echo Saber complete. They've got to be careful, OG.
They most certainly do. I think maybe we'll see them be a little bit more disciplined, because even on that point, Seb's been playing probably the most disciplined out of the team. Actually, a couple of them, but Seb's, as the carry, has been playing really disciplined. And that time, he was farming on the enemy Ancient side, right? So
got a bit greedy.
Got a bit greedy, got punished for it. Now BKB is finished, though, so he won't be able to get controlled as hard by Tavo with that Rolling Thunder as we saw in the last instance. But the DP ulti, still going to be a big factor.
I mean, what do you think about, obviously with HFN's build, he didn't go for the BKB, so he does still get the Echo Saber. Would you have preferred him to get the BKB? Do you think this is a little greedy, just going for the Echo Saber still?
Probably, but you know what? As long as he just doesn't instantly feed, and he wins like one fight,
he doesn't get caught
with
by the
Echo Saber, then so be it.
Yeah. Onto Roaster goes, been scanned out. They know what's up here, paiN Gaming, and they do have that blink play with the Pangolier to get into the pit. So Tavo is a big threat around these sort of positions. He's actually going to head in straight away and instantly blinks out, dodging the boat.
Oh, wow.
Baits it out there.
This is a scary place to fight for OG.
It is now, especially without the boat. Surely it's not that long of a cooldown, but sort of the time you don't have it, you don't want to fight. You need to rely on that rum.
You need the rum and like the combo around the pit from paiN. They've got sleep, they've got Pango. Pango's dream is that pit area where he can just bounce back and forth.
I'll go for the smoke up, OG, trying to find that favorable position against paiN Gaming. A scan from OG as well, confirms paiN's
boat in 20.
See what they can do. There's the song. See what they can set up here.
They got to know the BKB's there for the gyro, though.
Here we go. They're going to try and go in silence for the moment, catch them out. They'll jump in Tavo with the Rolling Thunder onto the Gyrocopter, but now Seb pods the BKB and he's ready to turn. Starts to right-clicking towards We Are. Uses himself up. HFN taking a lot of damage here from the spitter. He's still alive. He's trying to get himself away, but there's the team fight that we were waiting to see from OG. Despite paiN's attempt to take the fight with the song setup, as you said, the BKB was there on Seb. That was the team fight synergy that we expected from the draft coming into play.
Yeah, and they, you get your Naga combo, but you do it all for a Lion, pretty much at the end of it all. And the rest of the heroes get all their spells off. Jarex as well as No-Tail just coming from the side. Same thing with S4. They had to be able to set up on better targets there, rather than that BKB.
And now they're up onto the high ground. Buybacks are having to come out. Tavo buying back for this one. Flyer did, of course, buy back to join his team for this aggressive play. Yeah. See, actually, they're straight away. That Hex the finger. That's going to be that's a dieback on the Pango. Tavo, straight in, straight out. He's now down for 50 seconds. There's no chance of holding this mid-Brax.
This Rax dead, and King RD, does he have mirror image? He doesn't. He's going to get brought down too.
OG, I said it in game one. You make a mistake against this side, you'll certainly pay for it. And once again in game two, that failed attempt at sort of just looking to try and tackle OG head on a 5v5 with that sleep setup, just fell totally apart for them.
Yep.
They actively decided to stand their ground and take that fight, and it's come back to bite them pretty hard now. 24 minutes in, 11k advantage for OG, and a set of racks up. They'll head back towards the pit, and with 3 down on paiN Gaming, no way that they can contest this.
Nope. Now we see HFN, he has queued up the BKB. He wouldn't have had it in those last instances anyway, so it's like, we can't really say too much what the Echo Saber would have done, but it's really just about, you know, they have to be able to get those initiations onto the proper targets that don't have BKB now. They want to find the Kunkka, they want to find the Puck, but now Puck has Dual Scepter.
I just bought the gem
and
as
a
well.
gem as well. So they're looking to get full map control here. And
Blink on Fly, all the catch.
Yep.
All the catch required that OG need to get on top of HFN, make sure that this Slark can't play his game.
Yep. G. Pressuring toward top, Seb. Going for that butterfly next, and then into that Satanic.
That's a tough one now for paiN.
Yeah.
Once again, similar position that we saw them in game 1.
Now it's about, you know, the BKBs for both the Death Prophet as well as the Slark. I think Weehaw has finished one, at least on the Death Prophet. But they're really going to need those two to be able to get into the fights following. So much magical damage on OG's lineup as we've been iterating over and over again.
Got some more smokes in on Fly, as they can certainly look to pick and choose the fights as they wish.
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting for Seb to just get the butterfly. I mean,
They've got that luxury as well, haven't they?
They're in such a comfortable... I mean, the lead is just building more and more because they've got this map control. The gem, like you mentioned, from S4 is going to take out the slight vision that paiN did too.
And because, yeah, the Gyro is just able to farm at so much more of a faster pace than the Slark. You know, with the Slark, especially when you go for this sort of Shadowblade Echo Saber build, you are wanting to try and find pickoffs. You're not going to get pickoffs against this lineup of OG.
No.
It's
I mean,
just not
really about his BKB. He needs it.
Yeah.
Just so desperate for them to take a fight. Tavo's going to have to get some pretty ideal situations where he can get the Rolling Thunder. Try to control people, but it can be hard. Going for Crimson Guard next to try to reduce some of the damage coming up from that Gyro, but it's everyone doing the damage.
Seb, with this stat complete, should pretty much be the butterfly. Dissembles is
yeah, he literally just bought the Mask of Madness just to
speed up that last little bit of farm.
Bang bang, butterfly finished.
There we go. And again, and
it's go time for them.
Another great game on a Gyro today. 27 minutes in, having a butterfly.
Yeah. These Gyros, these Lunas.
Gyros and Lunas, they really are the heroes, as it seems. I mean, sure, Gyro has been for a while. I certainly feel like Luna's been the one that's on one more of a rise. That is a hero that's been through patches recently where it's been forgotten, but now
it's been buffed a couple times, so
yeah,
starting to get that attention again after getting that initial nerf earlier.
Yeah, these are the cores you want on your teams.
He's looking for something here.
Bit of a punch onto Tava.
Just teasing him a little bit. Charek's giving some vision here with the Spirit.
Let's see what they can get out of this.
They want to They've got 2 minutes left on Aegis.
They certainly can. HFN desperately pushing up top, and indeed, look at this. Straight into the base they go, OG.
Yeah, he's dead for 34.
He's gone. No disruptor for this defense.
No combo.
HFN, he's got to head back here somehow. But what can he do? He's a Slark against an incredibly strong 5-man at this stage of the game. It's not the place you want to be playing a Slark in.
And he's still not ready. He's still shy of that BKB.
And here we go. The buyback will come out from Duster. Can they do anything to stop this siege from OG? Seb just standing his ground at the front with the remainder of that Aegis time. Still just over a minute on it. You're going to see Notes out. Xmark TP back to base. Picks up his BKB on the Kunkka. So no matter what happens, Notel will be able to always get the combat in these fights, and they just can't get them off the racks. OG get away with a full second set of barracks without any response from paiN.
Do they just go up toward top with this creep wave? They've only got 50 seconds left on Aegis. Okay, we'll see. Gets glimpsed, but the counter. Even though Gyro gets glimpsed in, he gets X'd away from his teammate. Jarek's though, maybe will die. Nope.
He's gonna live.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
I mean,
Now
he's popping the BKB. He's taken quite a bit of a punch hit from Seb and Notel. He's got the Siphon keeping him alive, but with the BKB and Exorcism, he's really just having to keep his distance. They had the X-Mark combo onto King RD. Again, OG just picking and choosing whoever they want to kill on paiN Gaming's lineup and having very much success with it each and every time as OG. I mean, today it's been a fantastic opening day for OG.
Yeah, definitely. They look like they're making much cleaner moves.
Yeah.
It really does seem like it. When I see those type of like 6-minute rotations, I mean, Fly overall on this line, he's been making rotations all over the map. Those type of things, you can tell the team is feeling good. They're coordinating well, communicating well. Couple mistakes though, you know, couple deaths. Well, you know, Notel, we'll give him that one. He's had some solid games already today too. He's had some nice Brewmaster performances. Even the Kunkka, he was doing great, but a couple deaths he probably didn't need to.
Oh, and King RD.
Oh no, what?
He's going for the Meteor Hammer, but he doesn't have the Aquila. He doesn't know. He doesn't have the Aquila.
I mean, you can still do the combo, just not frame perfect.
Well, you can't do it server tick perfect, I'm afraid.
Oh, instant hex, and that was the Slark, by the way.
He's dead, 50 seconds.
Yes.
Duster.
Now Duster's getting punched, and he's dead too. He's caught outside.
Oh, no.
They're looking to catch more.
And they'll probably get it. The Dream Coil's down. S4 catches the both of them. Tava and Weehard, they do have the Magic Immunity from the Rolling Thunder and the BKB respectively to get out.
Oh, they survive.
But OG, they're in. They're onto the tier 4s.
They are.
That certainly is playing a win.
There you go.
The voice line's coming out in full force here from OG. They're polite boys, though. Only the team chat.
No all chats there.
No all chatting here from
And
OG.
they are playing to win. Look at the way that they've been playing this game.
Absolutely.
Weehawk gets hit by the Torrent there, and Hex straight away. X as well. Combo just the amount of control. CC.
There we go.
Quickly brought down.
That's it. And there's GG Cool, ladies and gentlemen. OG taking the series against paiN pretty smoothly as well. 2-0 here. Very much both games where as soon as OG were given the advantage, they just rode it to victory. There was no sort of messing up from them once they got that flow. Sure, we saw, you know,
Couple deaths,
I mean,
deaths,
this is an OG victory. You know, Notel, he's going to have a